Everybody, my name is Emily Henley. I am a graduate student here at CCPA. I work for the Cal. I do a lot of graphic design and I keep up relationships with other offices at Roosevelt, including the Office of Career Development and Alumni Relations. I hold a minor in graphic design from my undergrad, and I have held internships in graphic design and marketing throughout my history of being a college student. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to run an effective musician in a social media account. And this could be for any type of musician page. It could be a personal page, a ensemble page, a project page, anything that you're working on. So I'm going to use Instagram as my example because I think that Instagram is the most used by our generation for sure. It's also the most interactive, and it is really based on visuals, which as a graphic designer, I can really relate to. So let's get right into it. This is Grandstand Music Fest's page. This is a project that a colleague from my undergrad started. She got some grant money and has taken this project so far, and her Instagram account is just absolutely incredible in my opinion. So the first thing you have to remember when you are making a social media account is that it's about being social. It's about making connections with people. It's not solely for marketing. It's not solely for blasting promotions at people. People don't go on to social media because they want to be told about things that they can go to. They want to be on social media so they can scroll and see interesting content. So right off the bat, we've got a really great logo here. It gives us a color scheme. It gives us the name. It gives us just a general idea of what overall their page is going to kind of look like. Then over in our bio, we have a very simple bio that tells us, gets straight to the point, tells us exactly what we're looking at. And we also have a link here. Links in bios can be extremely useful. What you can utilize links for is you can promote things and put the link in bio so that people can interact with your interesting and engaging content that you put on your page. But then once they see that the link is in bio, they know where to go forever in the future to find what it is that you're promoting. So they always know exactly where to go structurally to find your information. I really love Instagram highlights as well. The thing with Instagram stories is that you can be really creative, they can be really interactive, and they can be really cool. They can visually just speak miles to your organization. And with highlights, that means that you get to keep them. And I don't see a reason in not keeping them. You've put a lot of work into these things, so you might as well let them show. So something I really like about these are that they've got a partners, jams, which is where they highlight other musicians that they might be collaborating with, and then a short little story that has an introduction of their team. So let's run through this one real quick. We've got, this makes me smile, it's my colleagues' faces, so I know these faces. And that's another really great thing about social media is that you should follow your colleagues and you should follow your colleagues' colleagues, because that's how you get to know these people in this industry, the people that are really going to support you from the get-go. So it also just gives you a nice like visual representation of who's putting out this content. It's just nice to know. We have a nice overview at the end. Again, we can see a clear color scheme going on. I love that. Jams, we've got collaborations with other artists. We've got promoting other artists, and then in return those other artists will promote you, and it's just a really great way to build your community and get more people to see your stuff, because the more people you collaborate with, the more followers you can gain, the more people you can reach. So moving on to their posts, you can see that we've got a really nice common thread between these posts. They use complementary colors, orange and blue here, which is great. Contrasting complementary colors are always good to use. And what you can see too is that they have a lot of faces. People want to interact with a face on Instagram. They don't necessarily want to just read text. Another thing that is really great about what they're doing is that they've got a cohesive way of highlighting artists that they're working with. And you can see that they do this a lot. This is a band from Michigan called Blank Slate. And so it's just really nice to see that not only does Hannah work for this group, but also we're utilizing this to promote multiple things going on that are all parts of the arts that people would probably want to be involved with and want to see more stuff come from. So it's really important to highlight the people that you're working with, show their faces, and then it's also good to mix in some of these text-based graphics. People like to read as long as it's not too much. When it's on social media specifically. And then another thing here, you can see this post is a collaboration. It's a giveaway. Giveaways are always great. It gets more followers, it gets more, just it gets you out there. It just is a really great way to kind of collaborate again. So you can also see that they have some Instagram TV. Sometimes when you're scrolling through Instagram, you just want to stop scrolling for a second and you want to watch something that's longer than 50 seconds. And so this is a really great way for people to get information in a very engaging and visually interesting way. And you can make a lot of these Instagram stories really straight from the app. So really utilize the things that Instagram has provided for you, because a lot of this, it's not as hard as you would think. When it comes to branding, don't be scared of branding either. You're allowed to change your brand around. Start simple and build from there. What branding allows you to do is to find out who you are and what you want to be, what you want to represent yourself as. So it's just a really great way to keep things cohesive and make yourself stand out from the crowd. It's just a really great way to overall put yourself out there. I'm going to use another quick example of the Valkyrie Ensemble. You can see here they've got quite a bit of branding going on. They've got these common graphics going on, and what's really nice about these is that we have faces. We have faces to latch onto. I really like this graphic. We've got a face and then a little bit of text as well. So it's very interactive. Not only do I not have to read that much, but I also get to find out who this person is. So yeah, just another quick example of some really great branding on a musician page. So I'm going to show you guys how to make some of these really quick graphics through Canva. Canva is one of the most user-friendly design platforms that I've ever found. It's got all of the abilities of the Adobe suite in a sense, but much more user-friendly. No offense to the Adobe suite. You can do a lot more with the Adobe suite, but you have to know what you're doing. So with Canva, it's really great. You have to make an account, but once you do have an account, this will be your home screen. You can see right off the bat, we have templates. We can make an Instagram story, post, Facebook post, etc. And this will take us to a bunch of different options that we can look through and see, let's see if we see anything that lines up with what we're looking for. And if not, that's okay. What we can do is create a design, and I'm going to look up Instagram story. This is going to open up my workspace. So again, right off the bat, we've got templates. Let's look up upcoming concert. All right, so let's see. These are all really nice. And like I said, it's kind of like plug and chug. You have all of this information in here. You can see that this one's free. A lot of stuff on Canva is free. I've never had to pay for anything. You can almost always find an alternative to the subscription version of whatever you would have to pay for, graphic element wise, stock photo wise, all of it. So I like this. Let's pretend that we're going to collaborate with another musician, and we want to highlight them as our upcoming guest artist or something like that. So obviously I don't need this image. This is not the artist that I'm going to work with. I'm just going to get rid of it. But what I can do is go to uploads and upload media from my own computer, which will allow me to upload a headshot that someone sent me. I'm just going to use this headshot of Common Eve since I've already got it in here. And let's see, let's pull it up to size. Put it in here. You can see that Canva, again, very user-friendly. It has all these grids already laid out for you. All right, and then let's just move her over a bit so she doesn't get cut off. And then Control or Command back bracket is how you move things back. And I guess I've moved it back far enough. All right, great. So now we can see I've got this text here, live streaming May 1st, and then I can just replace this with the website of, we'll just say www.whatever.com. All right, and then you can change fonts. Let me scroll back out. Change fonts. You can't upload your own fonts to Canva, but they've got so many options that it won't be an issue. You'll always be able to find something, and always even something that's similar to whatever you're using. So Open Sans is a lot like, you could say like Helvetica, just a really easy sans font. You can change your color schemes. I could base this color scheme around her photo if I wanted to. Again, just a user-friendly, pick up the colors from here if we want it to be more fun and matchy-matchy. Or you can pick up colors from your own website. You can keep it to the branding that you use and then just have this photo be here. So if our colors for our website were already, or our Instagram page were already these colors, you could just keep those. So again, just really easy. You can add photos, stock photos you can find here. If you can't find a stock photo, I would suggest using pexels.com. Never search a photo and use it off of Google Images. There might be right usage issues. Always use a website like Pexels. These are free to download, free to use, as long as you edit them in some way. So like, you could use this picture, so long as you don't claim it as your own and you add some text over it, just do something cool with it. So let's go back here. Elements, this is where you can get everything from lines to shapes to frames to stickers. This is very similar to Instagram. You can find all these cute little graphic stickers. Another thing that you can do is you can search, let's say I wanted to put a violin, because Kamini plays the violin. Let's look up the violin. Okay, so these pro ones you would have to pay for, so try to avoid those. But let's say, oh, I like this one. Click on this. It'll show up on your page, and then you can see they have these magic recommendations. It's going to pull up all of the graphics that are similar to what you just decided to use. So if I had a pianist as well, or if I wanted to add this to add a little bit of extra sparkle, I could do that. Again, these are just like really basic but really useful skills that Canva has just provided for us for free, and you know, why not have some fun? Play around in Canva. That's my biggest suggestion, is to just play around and see what the capabilities are. Text, you can add text here. They've got some really nice font pairings available as well if you want to just plug and chug. I don't ever use really any of these down here, but feel free to play around with this stuff and see what you like. Once you're done, you go to download. It's always going to suggest as a PNG. You can do a JPEG. A JPEG is a smaller size image. So if it's going to open on a laptop rather than a phone, you might want to do the PNG for the higher quality. PDF you can do for print. Either way, PNG is always what's suggested, especially for social media. And then you just download it and it'll be right on your computer, and you'll be able to put it in Google Drive and then get it on your phone, etc., etc. So yeah, this is my little tutorial, and if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or email. Anything that works for you guys, I will respond. And yeah, I hope this was helpful and informative.